So,
Yeah.
consider the possibility of invented isn't, it was like on top of something, like icing on a mud pie, but,
Yeah.
yeah.
I tried with her, that's why I had to do the homework. I did the whole, you know, get complete with her relationship thing, and it was tough. And then in the end, I messed it up by bringing out landmark, because then, yeah, she's not interested. So, yeah, so in my commitments, I created the, you know, having respectful conversations, and then the goal would be having a reunion in October. My mom really wants her to come out here, but I see that as another, like, she's gonna say, you know, in my head, the story starts going, you want me to do something, I have to do it, and, you know, so it gets automatically.
There's just so much past in this.
I know, there's so much
relationship.
story, I know, and I've been doing this work for 10 years, and this is just in my crop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, having, I can go with that. Oh, I was gonna say something, wait for it, so, so what would it take, like what would it take from you to be complete with your sister and not have this be about the past every time you interact with her? Or even think about interacting with her, or share with a bunch of strangers about interacting with her?
Well, in my head, I'm thinking that I want her to say I'm sorry. I want her to grow up and be a 40-year-old woman and not call me names. Like, I don't have time for that anymore. I don't want to communicate with somebody who's going to name call me.
So what would you, Zen, have to do to be free of that?
Not even, what would you have to give up?
No, would you not? You want to say give up? I want her to come up with
Yes, okay.
Well, you
That's
choose-
okay.
I have to
said do,
give,
so-
I have to give something up, and I don't know what that is, because I
Yes,
don't want
it
to.
doesn't-
Okay,
I don't want to give up being, you know, treated with respect. I want to
Great.
be treated
Well,
with respect.
So let's just take this little by little.
Okay.
So there's something for you to
Hey,
give up.
before you go,
Yeah.
keep right there. So who else has somebody in their life like this they want to communicate, get complete with? Okay, good. You want to be on the edge of your seats.
Yeah, okay. So there's something to be given up, you've got that far. And then you said, I don't want to give up. Okay?
Yeah.
What else do you want to give up?
The idea that I deserve to be treated with respect, and so I continue to make her wrong and be upset with her about that.
So you're unwilling to give that up,
Yeah.
and you know what it costs you, but let's just hear it anyway.
Yeah, so it costs me relatedness. I mean, I don't call her very often.
Yeah, but you want to be careful right now, Zen, because where you're going, and this is for everybody, because everybody, particularly the people who've been around 10 or more years,
Yeah.
do what you just did, was they go to their memory. This is what it cost me. Oh yeah, it's this, and it's this, and it's this, and it's coming from your memory. It's not coming from looking out here, doing the looking. And there's nothing there. Okay, that's not useful. So do the looking. What is, right now, what is the impact of this? Being unwilling to give that up.
And it cost me a relationship with my sister and my niece. And I don't want to keep subjecting myself to being, you know, called names and stuff like that. So I keep justifying it. If I get in contact with her, it's going to really, you know, turn into an argument. She's going to be nasty with me.
So nasty, respect. What kind of words are those?
Judgmental.
Judgmental. What kind of word is that too? These are what's
Judgmental.
happening words, or these are
Yeah, it's inside the story.
the story words,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So you have crafted a beautiful tapestry of story about your relationship with your sister. And it's like trading in that beautiful story you've made up. Seems like you're giving something really valuable up. But it's costing you something to keep it. and you know what it costs you, just, we're looking there.
Yeah.
But that payoff seems so, like, juicy. You know, you're avoiding something. What are you avoiding?
And being vulnerable and getting hurt again. I think that's it. And it's sadness. It was sad.
And I would offer you that you're actually guaranteeing yourself sadness by keeping this in place.
And I know she's sad too.
So then what are you pretending?
Am I pretending?
Yeah.
Um,
So everybody, the access, any area that you have a loss of power, freedom, full self-expression, peace of mind, any area, there's some inauthentic way of being that you have going on, which looks like something you're pretending. So what are you pretending in your relationship with your sister?
I guess that it doesn't really matter that,
Yeah, good.
yeah.
It doesn't really matter if you talk to her, if you have like,
Right.
yeah. When in fact,
It really matters. Yeah. And then I translate that into, our relationship really matters, and if it really mattered to her, she'd at least look at Landmark, like that's how it ended up coming out in the, in the end part of the relationship.
yeah,
I
you
turned it into
just, your translations will,
Yeah,
they're just not gonna get you anywhere.
yeah. Yeah, okay.
So the access is to be authentic about where you've been inauthentic.
Yeah, so making her wrong and me being right and, hanging on to that, she said this, so I'm justified in, not having a relationship with her.
Yep.
Although if I think about it, I feel really justified, so.
Yeah, I mean,
What's your
yeah,
feelings?
we all have those areas. Yeah.
I feel like I've taken up a lot of time, but I really appreciate.
You take up the perfect amount of time. So what now?
So is it like creating the possibility of being vulnerable? Like, that? I don't know.
I think you keep dismissing the impact. And if you stayed present to it, a possibility would just arise.
Yeah, well, it would be, the possibility of, just connection and relatedness. Yeah, that would be awesome.
And so what would you say to, so what does there go do?
Just call her up and connect with her.
Not just call her up and connect with her. There's some specific kind of conversation to have with her.
I mean, if it was that easy, we'd all be doing it.
Yeah, right, yeah, be authentic with her and give up, where I said, follow the homework, basically, just do the homework. Yes.
By design.
That, what is
Yeah.
in the homework that week, I think it was like the second week, where you all asked us to get complete in our relationships, and we were like, what, you want us to do that right now?
Yeah, good. For what possibility though?
Partnership.
No, for what possibility? Inside of what possibility? What's your sister's name?
Chi,
Chi. Inside of the possibility of what with Chi?
connectedness and relatedness.
Yeah, and what's your commitment?
To communicate with her regularly.
Okay, good. And then what's the goal you have there? To have that reunion in
The goal
October?
would be awesome if she wanted to come, if she willingly was happy about coming to a reunion to California, with my mom. Here, that would be awesome.
So there you go.
Okay.
I don't know that that goal is,
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
not
the
specific.
little,
It's a specific day.
no, I got that, but the being happy to be
The-
here.
the
is
what
a
you-
goal.
Oh,
the
So
okay.
trans-
translation you added on
The
here.
Yeah,
expectations,
there's,
okay.
Expectations are really dangerous.
Yes, they are. Yeah.
Expectations are the,
It's gonna set you up for anything you hear that's not that,
Right, okay.
that it's just gonna cause a breakdown.
Okay, so the goal would just be to be together and enjoy each other, something like that? Doesn't even have to be on that day, is that what you're saying? But you said a specific day.
I mean, it could be
Okay.
a mutually aligned on goal.
Okay.
Could be that she
So I could
comes,
create that with
that
her, be
she
open to.
comes to the reunion. Like,
Right.
that could be a mutually aligned on goal.
Okay,
Comes to reunion, period.
okay, then yeah, mutually aligned is the key, not I expect it of her
Right.
and she resists it and all that stuff, yeah.
Yeah, and you're doing a lot of predicting,
Okay,
because it's all coming from, what constitutes going on with you internally is giving you so much information that's not useful here. Because you're dealing with a real person that's not in your head.
right,
So you gotta be out there with her.
right, okay. Okay, thank you.
Cool.
Great.
Great.
Awesome.
Right. Yeah, I got you. Let's say this. And we're done. Okay, good. Harish. Come on down. It's different, huh? Different kind of night.
Okay, so my partnership was about,
Who are you telling, Harish?
I'm looking at this and I'm going, oh, weird.
It's on there's a TV.
Oh, okay,
back
over there.
You can see it.
Okay.
Yeah, but you don't even need to do that.
I mean, it's 3 pages.
Right.
I mean, even if you mess it up, I mean, Brian or I will say something. And when I say mess it up, I mean you're not speaking specifically about thing. Yeah,
No,
so,
I'm just looking at it because I want to make sure I'm aligned with what I'm about to say. So,
wait, hold on. I'm just inviting you to check it out here. Like, really. That's for everybody. What's it like out here? Just kind of be curious.
I don't know.
It's a good place to start.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how it's like out here.
And be out here with us and just share what you're going to share.
Well, what I want to share is about partnership and about commitments and mutually aligned goals, which are 2 things that I started a few weeks ago and then completed this week, or I've done the assignment this week. But it was messy, but I still did it. So and it's good, and it's also a little bit confusing. So what I'll talk about is the partnership. I set a commitment with my oldest cousin a couple weeks ago with the assignments in the previous weeks to set a relationship, to set a partnership so that we can actually move things together forward. And then on Sunday, there's an opportunity that's been hanging around that I've been trying to get my family to kind of take a look at and pursue. So I called my mom who's in India and I told her, hey, I'm going to set up this meeting. And she said, okay, fine, something to that effect. And I was in communication with my cousin, and I'm going to go ahead and do this. Send an email to everybody. And then the next day, as is usually the case, my mom sends me an email back saying, why did you set up this meeting? I never agreed to doing this meeting. What are you talking about? Why are you doing this? And all of a sudden, I'm like, oh my God, here it is again. This horrible lack of integrity thing. I was about to go down the spiral, and then I reached out to my cousin. I forwarded the email and I said, look, I just need you to be there and just, you know, be there so that my mom can actually understand along with you, like what this opportunity is. And it was like a huge relief because he says, yep, I'll be there. Don't worry about it, I got it. So then this meeting happens and the person that we're talking about is actually it's becoming a really good friend. He says, really big hotel franchise and everything. The meeting happens, and then the response that came by the email was my oldest cousin's brother, and he said it was a fantastic meeting. The first thing that happened was Tom, the guy, the hotel franchise guy, said that the reason why I'm here is because of Harish, and Harish is the reason why I'm here, and because of that, it's not going to be a regular partnership. I'll do anything you guys want me to do. And then he just, this long email about like, you know, what all the positive things that actually happened. Which is like a huge, like, you know, taking a weight off my shoulders. And it felt, I mean, at that time, like I haven't felt good like, for a while with dealing with my family. And that felt really good. And then the next day, I called my mom and asked her how it went. And she was kind of happy. And everyone's kind of happy. So it's like really kind of putting these weeks together that are coming into partnership into dust.
So you got some, clearly you're getting something out of the seminar. You took actions you wouldn't normally take with your family. And it wasn't about this assignment though. So you were excited and you're sharing is exciting and authentic and it really did produce a victory in your life that probably wasn't going to happen anyway. And you, like, that's extraordinary. And it's not sharing from this assignment.
Okay.
These are facts, yes?
I guess so. I'm not following you.
Okay, so the assignment was to invent a possibility, create a partnership from possibility.
Uh-huh.
Is that what happened?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm sorry that I missed it. What was the possibility?
The possibility was to create a partnership with my cousin, my oldest cousin,
Okay.
which I mentioned right from the beginning. That I started that process a couple of weeks ago,
Right.
and that we would actually move things forward together.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
So the way, yeah. So let me just look. I'm gonna put it on a sec because I'm not trying to put you on the defensive or anything like that. There's something wrong here, and I could be off. So possibility here, as we mean it here, is a way of being that you take on, and it gives you your action, thinking, planning in the now. So that you started this a couple weeks ago is right out of the seminar. It's definitely part of the seminar, and probably took some being authentic where you had been being inauthentic previously with your cousin, maybe your mom, all that stuff. But for this particular homework assignment, which came out last week, it was about inventing a partnership from possibility. Like a possibility you invent as a way of being that impacts you now. And then out of that fall commitments, and then out of those commitments goals.
Yeah, I'm not following you.
You're not following me?
Because I created a possibility to create a partnership with my oldest cousin, to create a new level of commitment so that we actually be in partnership. So I'm really not following what you're saying.
Okay, so the possibility is not a partnership.
Okay.
We're creating a partnership, and that's the world of a partnership. There's a possibility inside of the partnership, which you may have created, you just haven't distinguished it yet. So what's the possibility that you created with your cousin?
So the possibility is that we're going to have a new relationship of being authentic, open, and communicative.
Okay. The possibility of being authentic, open, and communicative. Okay, good. And then what was the commitment inside of that?
The commitment was we were going to, well, this is where it goes to happen. We were going to do a weekly call, And that,
So that would be a mutually aligned goal.
okay, mutually aligned.
So what's the
The
commitment?
commitment is to share authentically when I speak to him on my weekly call, or when I actually share the
Or just in general? To share authentically when you talk.
Yeah.
Okay. You cool with those three?
Yeah.
Yeah, good, good. So what Ryan was saying is that in your sharing, one, did anybody get that from what he shared the first time?
No.
Okay, so that didn't land out here, even though that was your commitment, not that kind of commitment, your commitment to have land out here was to share that, but it didn't land out here. So that might be something you want to be interested in. Like, what's actually happening? What am I leaving people with when I'm talking to them? Do you get that? What did I say?
What am I leading people with? When I'm actually coming to you?
Yeah. I mean, if I have a commitment to share something with you, wouldn't I want to be interested in if you got that or not?
Well, I'm wrapped up in what's going on, because it's such a big deal. I'm wrapped up with like just getting through what's up here, which is always the big deal, right?
I don't
That's
know,
good.
I don't know if I get it. I don't know what to say.
Well, that's why I asked you at the beginning to get out here.
Yeah, well, I mean, but this is a little bit, I mean, this one's a tough one because it's been such an ongoing thing, it's hard to kind of
Who's saying that?
meet a whole voice in my head. Yeah.
It's not as tough as any other one.
Yeah, it's just, this is long, this is a long one, it's been around for a long time.
Not as long as any other one.
Yeah, so the truth to be told is that it's hard for me to understand how to do that with this particular thing.
Good. So all three of those things you just told me. What do you call those? They are stories. They are stories, that's for sure. There's all that, yeah. But the thing you're not getting yet, and some people out here, has nothing to do with you or these people as human beings. You relate to those stories as you. You got even that, right? What just came out of your mouth, right? More of it. You can't even be with me without saying anything immediately.
Yeah, because it's.
Say, there it is. You think that's the truth going on in your head. And that you think it's the truth, then it comes out of your mouth. Get that?
It's still stuck on it.
Just more of it. Because you're not stuck, you're just standing there. I'm gonna push you. You're not stuck, I moved you. So, a couple things to take away. Well, let me just ask you what you took away. Not you, I'm asking Harish. I'm just looking at you. What are you getting?
I'm getting that it's a long, wound up story. It's been there for a long time. And what I'm getting is that, so I can't see just what is, what's happening, like with it, because it's been such a long story. So that it's hard for me to kind of get outside of myself.
Good. So that's more of the story talking. That's keeping you from just being responsible for being out here. Because if I cut your head open, I wouldn't find anything long and wound up except brains. There's no story in it. It's not a long roundup story.
Okay, yeah. It's just what it is.
Well, this is whatever's going on with it now. It means absolutely nothing. But again, you think it's you. So, okay.
So, what Brandon and I are out to do in this interaction is train, coach, and develop you as a graduate. And you also, okay? And so we're just looking for your commitment being a match for that. If you're as aligned to that as we are, then something magical can happen right now. If you're up for that. And, okay, good, excellent. So, you know, what Brandon's pointing to is that whenever any of us speak, where you leave people with something, and most of the time, like 99% of the time, we don't have a clue what we leave people with. And here, we're getting the advantage of actually stopping the action and checking. And it's like a rare opportunity to do that. And get whether the words that are coming out of our mouths are making any difference or not. So that's this opportunity that we have. So, did you get what he said about the constraints you named off, long lines of story, and it's so hard to be clear on what I want to share and all that? Did you get that that's not actually reality?
Yes, I get it.
Yeah, that's a story you tell yourself and it keeps it in place.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't have to do that anymore.
Right.
You could just be with, this is what's so. Between last week and this week, here's what happened.
Yeah.
Okay, so where you're going, and then I can tell because where your eyes were pointing, is up here, like, not out here, right? So look out here, and let's just see if there's anything that's left that needs to be said.
There's nothing left about this, no. So,
Okay,
Cool.
that's perfect. And really, I still got the achievement in what you did. Like, no one's not left with that. We all got that. Okay? Great work.
okay, cool. Thanks.
Okay. If you don't take the time to design partnerships, problems arise. You know why? Because in a partnership, you will always be busy with something. So if you're in a partnership that doesn't have a purpose bigger than preserving the partnership, you will create problems just to keep yourself busy. That's another one of those things worth tattooing on your body. If you're in a partnership that doesn't have a bigger purpose than preserving the partnership, you will create problems to keep yourself busy. So what makes relationships powerful is creating a possibility for the relationship that touches, moves, and inspires all parties. And that becomes the context for the relationship. Between now and next session, you will have another opportunity. We will have a break. And you will have an opportunity to do this in your real life. Okay. So now Brandon's going to come up.
Let's acknowledge Ryan. So you're in partnership with people in this seminar. Yes?
Yes.
Yeah. So just take a moment. You know, we've been talking a lot about being out here. Just take a moment and look around. If you're in the front row, turn around. Just look around. If you're in the second row, turn around. The possibility of this partnership is that each and every one of us, can I get the intent? Do you have a clicker?
Yeah, the clicker's okay. Point it over here though.
Yep.
In
Up,
the
up,
direction.
up.
Okay. I think it's the button you're pushing, not the direction you're pointing in. Let's see if I can help. No, not that one, definitely not. That's the laser beam.
Well, you know, I don't know.
I think it's like low battery, so it like takes a couple clicks.
It's
I'll
still
work
bad.
on this, goodbye.
Okay, the possibility of this partnership is fulfilling on the intention of the series, right? To leave you naturally able to generate and express love, partnership, and romance. So, given that we're in partnership here, and given that next session is the final session of the series, how do you want that session 10 to go? If you're looking out here and not internally, and you're looking from what we've created and built on this evening, how would you want session number 10 to go? And take a minute, look. Let me hear from some people. Yeah, Rob? Sure, yeah.
I would want for it to be a celebration of everything that we've done, like a joyful moment where we can enjoy how far we've come and like where the next stage is going to be.
Yeah. Very good. I love it. Awesome. Yeah, come on.
I really like when we have session 10s where half of the event is a potluck and a party and everybody gets to mingle. And then figure out like what did you get and discuss it.
Yeah,
That way
really.
we get to connect and have food and it's usually.
Who likes food? Okay, very good.
But not like halfway through it, not at the very end, because then we're eating too late.
Asking them so much. So we can create that, but I can't promise it's going to be halfway through.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay? Okay, good. So what you should do is at the end of the evening, go around when we get in groups, go around, get in, see who wants to participate, create that. Will you do that? Yeah. Yeah. Okay, great. Who else? Yeah, Lee.
I would like to know that I have the tools, that I don't get stuck in a week like I don't get stuck in a week like I did this week and not able to get myself.
Okay, so what's going to have you this week not get, you keep that, you can keep that. You can keep that. Keep it. All internal. That you just said, you don't want to, it's really loud. Same thing that stopped you last week. Where you listen to this.
I could see that when I got here. I couldn't see it when I was
can't see it. So then my next question, I understand you couldn't see it last week. So my next question is, what's gonna have you not have that week like last week?
And that's what I'm saying, I would like my goal at the end of this series to be, to have some more tools for that.
Yeah, but what's the structure around that? How's that gonna, how are you gonna have that happen? I mean, I'm totally standing with you that that does happen, but how is that gonna happen?
I don't know, I mean, the possibility I created for myself in the seminar wasn't for love necessarily, partnership or romance, it was so that I could have partnership with my own self, the integrity that would get me through these things. I don't know how to do that. Or I
Good.
feel like I don't know how to do that.
Well, it may be that you're just dealing with yourself. Life is about relationships. Whether you're walking past somebody on the street or you're going over to your mom's house. That's what we have in life. If you're dealing with yourself by yourself, it's dangerous. How do I know that's dangerous, Lee?
Life's not all about you. I mean, I'm doing great at some of my relationships, I'm really putting in my effort and it seems to be improving, but the one that's not improving is one
In here.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right in the mic, yeah.
So, I'm doing great at my
Turn that up, Scott, please.
I'm doing great at my relationship. I mean, I'm doing quite well, I'm putting a lot of work into them, and they're improving, and I work things I didn't think I could get through, I've been getting through. But what I'm struggling with is mine, the one with me. Does that make sense?
Yeah, good, but what? You can't be struggling with you unless your attention is where?
On me. That seems so easy, but.
You can't be struggling with you unless your attention is on yourself. So I'm asking you, what kind of game do you play in life?
I didn't think I was that narcissistic, but maybe I am.
Well, we're not labeling, we don't put labels on stuff here. We just deal with what's up.
I'm just stuck.
You're not. I could come and do the same thing I did with Reach.
Just read from here. I guess I thought it was a pretty honest answer, just asking, like, at the end of this, I would like to be able to get out with my own.
Good, and I said I totally want that for you too. And how are you gonna do that?
I mean, I focus on other people and it helps, but I think when I'm low, I struggle.
Because then you focus on whatever's going on. What gets you low?
Well, this week there were big things that got me low, or the way that, a couple
Here's,
circumstances.
it's not the things. This is so good. It's not the things that got you low.
It's a story I created.
It's what you're telling yourself about the things that got you low. And that you're not communicating them or sharing or having conversations with people about them. That you're telling yourself things about the things to you in here, believing it that it's you, having feelings about the thoughts, believing the feelings are you. That's what gets you low, quote unquote. In reality, there is no such thing as love, feeling.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, our work is not about making sense.
It does make sense.
Yeah, it makes sense. I got it.
I mean,
But you gotta do the work to look at that. to discover that for yourself.
So I've been doing all, except for this homework, I've been doing the work with the relationships, and it seems to be paying off, and it's becoming more natural.
Yeah, great.
But this week, with just some circumstances, I went and then everything I needed to do for others, I did. But as soon as I was alone, I couldn't get out of my own head.
Good. Well, where's the people to call? Where's everybody at?
My group reached out, I just didn't want to partake.
Yeah. Okay. Again, why?
It seemed too much.
What were you honoring?
I wasn't honoring anything,
Nope, you were.
which is exactly
What were you
the opposite.
honoring?
I'm sorry?
What were you honoring? No, this is an honor, baby, and engaging with. But you got two things you can choose to honor in life. In this particular conversation. One is your word. The second are your feelings and thoughts. Which one's going to win?
Well, if I honored my word, I would have people to talk to,
Good, so what won?
my thoughts and feelings.
Yeah, very good. And there's nothing wrong with that. That's just what human beings do. That's not what we're out to do here, though. Because you have a say.
Because by doing that, I just kept myself in the same place.
Totally. So there's got to be a big game between now and session 10.
Sarah thought I was having all these great.
Don't go back. What's the big game between now and 10?
Honoring my word.
Yeah, good. What else? And I want everybody looking at this. What's the game you're playing between 9 and 10?
Honoring my integrity. For all of it.
Okay. How are people going to know that you're doing that?
By telling them.
By sharing, yeah? So who are you going to share with?
My group.
Nope. I mean, yes, do that.
And then I have friends at work and I have a few family members. I just don't usually reach out to people.
Yeah, good. Well, I don't care what you usually do. This ain't about what you usually do. Again, it's not about who you wound up being. This right here is who you wound up being. This is not who you wound up being. Have you had anybody here as a guest?
No, it's going to come.
Well, I don't know if they wanted to come or not, but let's just deal with reality. It's yes.
No,
or
it's
no.
coming.
No, it's not. All right, good. You see how the story already gets you wrapped up in the whole world?
Yeah.
You almost started to cry about it. Yeah, I get it. That's what the stories do to you. They consume everything about
I'm not sure how to stop it.
you. Good. Well, where does life happen?
Right here,
No, where does life happen?
out here.
Yeah. So you gotta get out here.
We just had this whole conversation. Yeah, I'm still on it.
Huh?
I said, we just had this whole conversation. I understood it while he was doing
Well,
it.
good, because it's not about understanding it. You gotta discover it for yourself. You gotta take new actions, like go share with 10 people. Have 5 guests here. Throw the hat over the fence.
Okay.
You're always playing the game you're winning. What game are you playing? Right. You're always winning the game you're playing. Right? Come on. Are you listening to me? Call me out here. You're always winning the game you're playing. What game are you playing? That might be something that's not even mine. You want to play a game between now and 10.
Interruption.
You want to, very good. You want to interrupt. You want to interrupt who you wound up being.
By just sharing and inviting you, I can interrupt. My pattern,
Say the last thing.
my pattern, I mean, I do it to myself.
Yeah, I got that. And I'm going to say, I don't know. Go play the game, then you come back and tell us how it went. I mean, I can tell you yes, but what difference is that going to make? You got to discover it for yourself.
Okay. I can do that.
Does a couple things. It takes the attention off of you. Also, when you're playing a game that's bigger than you and not about you, you get taken care of.